Let's talk about the energy themes for February 2024. And February feels that for me and for the collective that is bringing more clarity. And because of that, there's also more action. So remember last month, um, I felt that January was more of a yin month to kind of just sit with your ideas and just sit with your feelings and not make many decisions and not take that much action. So February is bringing more of that clarity. So there's more clarity coming into you. And because of that, this clarity will also help you to make decisions or take action or take a step further. So I do feel like February and March are more of that yang energy in terms of action and doing more. February, I still feel like there's a little bit of yin too, because it's never really separate, but it just feels like there's more action moving forward. And all planets are direct since the the 27th of January. So this really supports our intention. So it does feel like January was a month for you to reflect, set your intentions, maybe set your goals, have your vision, wait to make a decision if you can. And so February is bringing that clarity. So a prompt for you is, what is something that you've been thinking about that feels ready for action, feels ready for the next cycle? And then you can always picture the best outcome, trust, and let go. And if there's something specific that you're wanting clarity around, you can use this session today to have that question in mind. And as you breathe in, breathe out, and then connect with your spirit, with your higher self, with your spirit guides team, ask that question, see what messages come through for you. And some Ascension updates. So, you know that I always talk about the body. Sometimes it's more the physical, sometimes it's more the emotional. Last month, I felt it was more around the emotional body. But this month, and you might already feel that your physical body is actually upgrading, updating, and hence giving you signs and guidance. So your body talks to you. Your body is always giving you signs. And I also feel that there's been a need for detox as well. Okay, specifically, talking about the physical body, but you can also see detox from other things as well in your life that doesn't necessarily have to be related to food. But yeah, so with that, there's also a deeper connection and a deeper communication with your physical body because you're becoming more aware of subtle energies. Everything is energy. Your body is energy, but it's dense energy, right? But because you're becoming more aware and more sensitive even to subtle bodies, subtle energies in your subtle bodies, so your physical body is catching up with that too. So continue to learn the ways to listen to your body and speak to your body as well. That's also a very important reminder. Speak kindly to your body, speak to the cells of your body, to your organs, everything. So again, because the body has been going through updates, whenever there's updates, it needs clearing, it needs detox. So in that spirit of connecting with your body, you can also ask your body, what kind of detox do you need? Yeah, sometimes a detox comes in unpleasant forms, meaning sometimes you might have a flu or something, and obviously it's unpleasant. We don't like it, but there is a reason for that. Sometimes your body really needs that clearing, that detox. Okay. I had a solo breathwork session on Sunday, and one of the things that came up for me from my guides, they didn't necessarily say quit drinking coffee, but they I had this feeling of coffee in my mind, and I knew what they meant. They didn't have to say anything. Your guides will never say do this or do that. If they're doing this, it's probably your ego. It's more of like a nudge or an insight and just a knowing. So I just had this knowing like, I think I should quit coffee, even though I don't drink that much. I love it because I love the taste and I love making my vegan golden milk, I put a little bit of coffee in the morning. That's it. But I listened to it, and this week I have not drunk any coffee. And in the beginning, it is difficult. Um, Also because I could actually feel that the caffeine does give me some energy. So like on the first few days, I could notice even that as I went to the gym, I wasn't that focused, I wasn't that active. But it does catch up, and we'll talk about committing to your new habits and the new frequency in a little bit. So that's just a little example. And the prompt that I offer is how can I practice deepening the communication with my body? And what do I need to detox from? In general, like I said, it could be that maybe you need a social media detox. I think we may all need eventually, but it could be something like, you know, your guides might just give you that little nudge, that little insight, coffee, like the like I had, or it could be just something that you know, every time you eat something or you drink something, you don't feel good, and your body's giving you those signs, and now you're paying more attention. So sometimes it's all about paying more attention too. Next theme is downloads are coming in strong, and you might be feeling like you're having more psychic experiences. I've been, other than sleeping a lot too, I've also been having a lot of dreams, more than usual, and just actually feeling like I'm doing spiritual work in my dreams, or that my guides are doing spiritual work on me as I sleep. So there is a lot of astral travel, a lot of healing, a lot of expansion happening in the spiritual realm, especially in dreams. I had two friends that said the same thing to me, that you know they had a really amazing experience in dreams that can also be a little bit overwhelming too if you're not used to it. Even for those of us who are used to having those kind of more psychic experiences, or even the ones who usually have or usually remember their dreams, or they're becoming more vivid. Even for those of us, that can be a little overwhelming sometimes because it's like it's super real. And it can also be a little tiring, especially if if you need to replenish and rest. And then you wake up and then you're feeling like you didn't rest, but you also felt like you did sleep. That happens to me. So a tip that I'll give in a little bit is about intentions. So before you go to sleep, you can actually say, I need to replenish my energies. I need to rest, because our spirit guides team, they're not in a body. They don't know if we're tired or not. They don't necessarily know what's going on in terms of our physical body. So our physical body is kind of our responsibility in terms of I need to rest more, I need to replenish, I really need to sleep tonight. You can just say, I really need to sleep tonight and rest. And as soon as I get more energy back, then I can get to work. So you might feel also that your intuition is being sharpened. Um, recognition of and from your spirit guides. So this example that I gave you about the dreams, that may be happening to some of you as well. And I mean recognition of your spirit guides, like you are recognizing them, even if they don't necessarily appear in perfect high definition in your dreams. You just kind of know that, okay, this dream, my guides were with me, or even in this meditation, in this breathwork session, I really felt them. And also recognition from your spirit guides, meaning they are also making themselves known to you and helping you and assisting you and doing that spiritual healing work as well for you and in you. And again, it can be overwhelming for some, but just remember that you are always in charge. Okay, you can always just negotiate. So the prompt is actually just to set simple intentions before going to sleep for astral dreams, astral travels, astral work, and also upon awakening for the day. So you want to be active during the day. You want to be productive. You want to be awakened in during the day, right? So you can also wake up and set that intention. Okay. The power of intention, something that I can't emphasize enough. Simple things like this can make a difference. Instead of you waking up feeling tired and looking at your phone, we all do this sometimes, but even if you do that sometimes, just remember as you get up, set that intention. What do you want to do today? How do you want to feel today? And maybe your intention can be, I want to rest today. I want to have a yin day, or I want to feel strong. I want to feel productive. And you can even use this as an affirmation and say, I am productive. I am feeling good. My body is healthy. I am detoxed, whatever it is, and just go about your day. So our next theme is there, with all this happening and this new downloads and new experiences, there might be some resistance to change. And you know that a few months ago, a couple months ago, I was talking a lot about that we are being called to find new ways of being, new ways of doing things because we're co-creating the new earth. But with that, there's also some resistance to change, some resistance to the new. Again, I'm going to use my silly example of the coffee. It's like as I'm making my green juice in the morning, I'm like, maybe I should be making coffee. So there's that a little bit of that resistance. But if you commit to your new habit or you commit to your new mindset, to your new belief, you're committing to your frequency. And so in the beginning, as with everything, there might be some resistance. We love our ego, we love that resistance, we love that part of ourselves because there's something new, because there's something that's not familiar, there's something that's unknown, but committing to that frequency, committing to that intention of, yes, I'm here, I'm excited to co-create the new, to co-create the new earth, but also acknowledging that it can be challenging sometimes because there's this feeling that the old feels familiar and it's almost like the old is constantly calling you back. Like, come on, come back, right? To that old paradigm or that old habit or that old frequency. So becoming aware of that, I think the caveat here is also sometimes we become aware of it, but then we feel maybe a little bit guilty or judgmental even because we're thinking of going back to the old ways or to that old frequency. But becoming aware is really the key because if you're aware of it, you can just become aware, you love that aspect of yourself, and then you remember to commit to your new frequency. And you can even just say that I commit to my new frequency. Thank you. And like I said, this is very much related to the ascension, to the co-creation of the new earth, but that also shows up in our daily habits, in relationships, in our behavior, in our mind pattern, in our thought pattern. Okay. And just to add one more little thing here, because we're also in Aquarius season, and there's always a little bit of that, right? Every month we can sort of feel the energy of the star sign of the month. And what came up for me for all of us is that Aquarius is has this rebel energy, which can be really good. Like, I'm gonna do things differently. I'm gonna co-create a new paradigm. Aquarius is the best to co-create the new because they're always going against the trends and trying to, be different. There is a shadow aspect to that, which is I don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to do it because everybody's doing that. Everybody's thinking that way. And even if you're committing to your new frequency, then it feels like you're making yourself do something that perhaps you don't want to do it. But if you just commit a little bit long enough, it will change completely the frequency. So just be aware, be mindful, watch out that rebel energy of the Aquarius that's in the air. Okay. And a prompt for you to reflect on or even journal if you want later. Where in my life am I finding resistance? Maybe you're changing something in your life. Maybe it's a habit. Maybe it's a big thing. And maybe there's some resistance coming up for you. Where are you finding that resistance? And what adjustments are needed? Okay. Big theme, very individual, but I think the main thing here is just to remember to commit to your frequency. Resistance will show up, but just commit to that initial intention of co-creating the new and really shifting your frequency. That is it for the themes. So just a quick recap. We talked about more clarity, more action in the month of February. We talked about physical bodies giving signs and giving guidance, maybe a need for detox. We talked about downloads coming in strong. You might be feeling yourself more psychic, more intuitive, having more of those mystical experiences. And there's also some resistance to change because we're co-creating a new paradigm, we're co-creating a new life. There's a new frequency within you that's also being birthed. Commit to your frequency. Love the part of you that resists, but also remember to commit to your frequency. Let me know in the chat which one of these resonated most with you.